Hi, Annie here, and this is part two, that's four, two of my Q&A. So these are questions that some of you asked. I answered some of them in part one, so the link for that will be below, but I'm going to jump right in with part two. So Alexandria Vaughn asked, what are my three favorite TV shows? Now this is just such a hard question for me. Remington Steele is definitely one of them. Other than that, I have a very hard time. Perry Mason, maybe. I think that would probably be up on the list of favorites. And Hazel, maybe, would be top three. Friends, I really do love, though. That top three is such a hard question. Mind you, I'd probably find top 20 difficult. So, yeah, I'll go with those three for right now. But it very much changes depending on kind of the week and what I've watched recently and how I'm feeling and all those things. So, and equally, Parsnip Burger asked, what were my favorite TV shows in like a bunch of different genres. So I'm going, this one again, very difficult. Primetime soap, definitely Dallas. Detective mystery series, I'm going to say Perry Mason. You asked favorite action series. I'm going to say Remington Steele. That's a total cheat, I know. But there was quite a few action sequences in Remington Steele. Western, I wasn't sure which ones to choose. I guess I maybe just don't feel that kind of attached to any westerns that I can think of, at least in when I was trying to brainstorm for this. Sitcom, though, that's like a nightmare question for me, Parsnip. I don't know. I think I might have to do more of like a complete video on some of these maybe genre favorites. But yeah, Hazel, Friends. I do love Leave It to Beaver, which I know you know. I don't know. Like I feel like I do love an older show. I love Living Single. I loved that show growing up. Murder She Wrote. There's so many good ones, and I couldn't pick at the end of the day. But you know, hey, that's I guess part of loving this is that it makes it hard to pick. And for as game shows go, I do love the old Match Game, like the one from the 70s. I also love What's My Line, though. But those are quite different shows, I feel like. One's like more of like adult and a bit racy, and What's My Line is definitely more family friendly and appropriate. Yeah. So, and of talk shows, I'm gonna go, I think, with Graham Norton overall. Yeah, I think Graham Norton is probably like the one that I gravitate to most consistently as a talk show. So, that's some of my favorites, but I'm sorry to give extra answers and all that, but I think I may have to try to figure out a way to do more of a video on some of those specific ones that I love. But yeah. Anyway, I'll keep moving along here. Alexandria also asked why I started YouTube. Now, I'd been watching for a long time before. I loved the community on it. I'd been interested in maybe making videos, but I didn't, I knew I wasn't going to be doing beauty and makeup stuff for numerous different reasons. The same with any kind of food video. You know, I have not a great stomach, and I knew that that was just completely kind of unrealistic for me to attempt. I actually didn't know at all about the community for movies and television. I knew about Jeremy Johns and a few of the other kind of bigger reviewers, but I wasn't aware that there was this other community on here. But as I was thinking, like, I really did want to start making videos. My health had not been great. I wasn't getting out a lot, and I wanted just a way to stay connected and kind of stay active, and maybe, you know, something that could be a way of meeting more people. So I thought movies and TV shows, since I loved them, were a great way to do that. And I started, and I posted like 2 videos or 1 video when I found Lindsay McDonald. And I thought, what is this? This is because it kind of like all of a sudden I found a bunch more people shortly after that. But it was still probably another maybe month before I really kind of found the BlueTube community and just how many more people there were. But it wasn't something I'd found before, and I'd searched like movie tags and all this stuff, and all I was finding was like beauty people talking about movies or TV shows. So yeah, I think titles maybe is something that the community needs to work on in general, just to make it easier for people who don't know about this, like, group of us that talk about these things, to find, you know, find if they're looking, because that was something that I typed in everything I could think of, and I wasn't finding people. So that was part of why I started. I'm so glad to find that there were others doing this, and there was more people to talk to, because I really felt, especially at the start, that there wouldn't be other people here. But I thought, well, I might as well take a shot and see if there's anybody that kind of enjoys talking about some of this stuff, especially some of the older sitcoms and that classic movies and all that stuff. So yeah, it was nice to find that there were more people here, but I did start to try to hopefully find more people. Dean of DVD asks something people think or say about you that you don't feel is very accurate. Now, I don't know. I think there are definitely things. I think that people sometimes are surprised that I'm smart, or they're surprised that I'm not, like, that I'm, they're either surprised that I'm not dumb, or that I'm not as smart as they think. And that just, I talk a lot, and sometimes people mistake that for, like, being clever. I think, but equally, I get a lot of people who think I'm incredibly stupid, and then are surprised when they find out I have read something, or know something about literature, or whatever it may be. That sometimes surprises people. So yeah, I'd say maybe that would be the thing that it's that I don't think is accurate, that I'm, like, either extreme. But yeah, also that people sometimes don't think I have any sense of humor, and I do. I definitely laugh, I definitely make jokes. That's another one that I get a lot, like, oh, you're funny, like, people surprised that I might make a joke. But those go constantly in my head. I don't always say them out loud. Sometimes people, I might be a little bit too dry at times. Sometimes people don't realize I'm joking, but maybe that, I don't know. Dean, you asked very deep questions. Another one you asked was, what's one thing about you that you wish more people knew? This, again, I don't know that I have an answer. Just, I really like people. I like talking to people. Sometimes I blurt stuff out that I don't, that comes out wrong. Like, that I'd never, like, intentionally be mean. Half the time, it's if I get overexcited and say something, it can come out mean, but it was never intended mean. It can be a bit blunt. But I don't know. Like, I don't know that if it's just, like, as I've gotten older, I pay less attention to some of that. But I don't know. I think also that I value people for who they are, not what they look like, or what they can bring to me or give to me, or whatever. I don't know, Dean, again, very deep questions. But I do think that just as I've gotten older, I haven't paid as much attention to some of that stuff. Just because, I don't know, I think I had a lot of people that thought things inaccurately about me growing up, or that, didn't understand where something might be coming from. And I just realized that that wasn't really me. There was only so much I could do to, make them see me for how I wanted to be seen. And if that wasn't how they chose to view the world, or if they chose to view, like, because sometimes I also get, like, because I want other people to feel good about themselves. I want other people to be happy, or feel, okay in the world. And sometimes, again, I think people think that's creepier, that I'm out for something for myself. And that's not the case. I really just want people to be happy and feel okay, know that there's other people out there who care. And Lindsay McDonald equally asked, what is something you think people would be surprised to find out about you? I'm not sure anything, really, because I feel like I'm kind of an open book. If people ask me questions, I generally will answer. There's a few things that I'm not putting specifics out on the internet, but nothing, I don't think, that's too, I don't know that there's anything surprising about me, but maybe I'm wrong. If you've been surprised by something about me, let me know below, but I don't know. So that's, I find some of those kind of questions quite tough, because I just think that you have to kind of not, I feel like sometimes if I paid too much attention to those things, it would drive me insane, and I'd spend all my time worrying about how other people potentially viewed me. So I guess I just don't think about it, and it means that answering that kind of question or whatever is quite hard. So yeah, I think I got all the questions here, but I might be wrong. But I think I've got now. I think I answered them all. So if I didn't, I'll try to tack that on to another video at the end sometime. If you have any more questions, leave them below. If I end up with tons, or not tons, if I end up with enough, I'll maybe make another video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I put out a new video every Wednesday, and sometimes a sneaky extra one goes up at the weekends, so keep an eye out for that. But I give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye.